Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barely Necessities. It's our weekly talk about the various Disney items we've spotted out there on shelves and various websites. I'm Rebecca Mosley, the co-founder here at Laughing Place, and our site manager, Rebecca Burbank, is here as always. Oh, so much. I was looking over the list, Becca. I'm excited. We got a lot of fun things, a lot of variety today.
We do, yeah, and a lot of park stuff, which is always exciting.
Yep. Okay, getting ready to retweet it to people who follow me on my X. So, okay, there you go. Hassan coming in. Happy July 1st. It's the start of my birthday month. Woohoo! I don't do the birthday month thing, but it is the first day of July when my birthday is in July. Nikki B, yes, we are going to be tempting you with more Disneyland 70th. Gonna say howdy to Mr. Geo over here, and happy Canada Day.
He's not Canadian, but you know.
Hasn't. Am I ready? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll watch, but I prefer fireworks in person because I like the pop and I like the smell of the not gunpowder, but whatever it is that's making the pow. I like the smell. So
a little bit of it. Yeah, it's always good.
Oh yeah, no. See, my favorite kind of fireworks displays are the ones where I come home with a light coating of ash. those are my favorites.
That means it was a good show.
Yeah, it was. Okay, we're getting ready to look at some merchandise from the Disney store. Disneyland's 70th birthday is the 17th, just around the corner. So what have we got today, Becca?
Well, we have the latest collection in the 70th anniversary for the 70th anniversary. This is the Vault collection. Last week we had Vault, Mickey Mouse, and Maps, and this is just the Vault collection. I think we have one more coming later this month. There's one more Disneyland 70th collection.
Okay.
But yeah,
I've seen this shirt in person, and those are actually googly eyes.
Googly eyes?
Yeah, and they're quite fun. Anita bought it for her dad. He loved it. Made him very, very, very happy. This is a beautiful ornament representing that ticket book that I remember that most of y'all are too young for.
Yeah.
I can remember actually using tickets. I remember the first time that we didn't have to use tickets. But you had a passport and you would show it at each booth because it was still like split. Some people were still using tickets and some people had the all-inclusive. And so my mother would pin it to our shirt so we wouldn't lose it.
That's a smart idea. Yeah, you don't want to lose your passport.
Right?
Both your actual passport and your Disney passport.
Geo, I know, but
and that's an adult shirt, so that's for all of us to wear. It's not for the kiddos, it's for the adults to wear, which is fun.
It reminds me of the lenticular button that was sold very, very early on in Disneyland's history. In fact, it's one of the few items that are in our little, I think I've told people before, in order to kind of try and keep the Disney collectibles under control, we have like a little cabinet, and supposedly that's where the things that we really want to keep are going to stay, and it's not going to just dominate our house. Ha ha ha. But in that is the lenticular. I should have brought it. Maybe I'll bring it next time. Let's see. There's this clock too.
Yeah, I like this. It's just different. Obviously, it's very recognizable if you have been to It's a Small World, but it's just something different for your display case, or even just for your desk. I think it's pretty cool.
Now, along those same lines, but it hasn't been put on the Disney store yet here, like it has been in Disney Store Asia, actually, is this Jingles. It's a music box. And it's really similar kind of as far as scale goes to that Small World clock. I noticed it in the background of the picture for our next article.
Okay.
But we didn't showcase it specifically. But this is something else to keep an eye out for, especially if you're a fan of the King Arthur Carousel. It's musical, but the description doesn't say what the song is. So I'm going to have to ask Mike the next time he goes to Disneyland to check it out. Yeah, no, Gio, I know it's in the background of the next items that we're going to be showcasing. I'll point it out then. But Becca, was there anything in the collection, this vintage collection, that kind of jumped out at you that you were thinking that you'd want to add?
Well, okay, so there's two right there, the Loungefly mini or the Loungefly crossbody. It's so interesting because Loungefly is a much more current brand than any type of vault vault collection. But I really like what they've done here. I really like the old school versions of the character, and I like that this bag has like the two little twist locks on the front instead of instead of what we're used to with like a zipper. So it's kind of unique.
It has a lunchbox feel to it.
It really does. And I like that blue. That blue is just so bright and beautiful. And then I like the hat.
This hat, I have pictures of my younger brother in this same style hat, this light blue bucket hat with the red stripe and the blue stripe. He lived in this hat when he was about 3 or 4 years old. So lots of pictures in this one. I've always been a fan of the propeller hats.
Okay.
Doobie had one for Soren. So I think if we were going to Disneyland often, this one may have found its way onto his head at some point. I'm still not a fan of this particular font that they've picked up. So I like it in a kind of a vintagey way, but it's not something I would add. However, this item rings true to memories of my childhood visits to Disneyland. So I could see picking this up, leaning into that nostalgia.
Well, I think the simplicity of the logo, I mean, just that you have the castle and Disneyland, but then that color is very, that to me is the most vintage part of this. Right. Which it's not even like, I know this golden yellow is not like a new color or like an old color even, but something about it just evokes this like retro feel for me.
Yep, it makes all those memories of your childhood visits pop back up. This jacket is quite attractive in person. The color is a bit lighter than, as I recall, than it reads here on my screen. More of a light sand than kind of here. It feels more like almost a taupe. What I would call a taupe. I feel like my recollection was in person that this read much kind of brighter in person. So yeah, but I like Mickey jumping out of the D in kind of a collegiate style.
Yes.
Let's see, Becca. Should we jump to our next one? Did I get? Yeah. Next up, Gio. This is where you're gonna see the see right there in the background. See, there's Jingles right there. These pictures were taken at the Disneyland Bank. Our teammate Eric Goldman spotted these when he was over at Disneyland. I love it. It's dimensional representations of classic Disneyland attraction posters. They even light up. They're stunning.
They're really are.
As big as I thought they were going to be. They're like, I want to say about what, 6 or 7 inches, as I recall. So these aren't like, for a while Disney was doing like big figs. You guys might remember those, and they were almost like garden sculpts. These are much more appropriate to, I would say, like if you wanted to have it on your office desk or something. This isn't something that's gonna, be a place marker in your garden or anything like that.
Yeah, and it's these are a little expensive. They're $129, but I mean, you're also looking at all the color and the detail there. Like it feels like the poster has just come to life. So
totally.
I can see where that would carry that price point.
But I agree with you, Gio. That is on the higher side, given the size and the nature of the item. I'll be interested to see if we see more of these pop up. I like that they've started with kind of these iconic Autopia, Storybook Land. These are posters that read very well, especially within this design. Yes. I'm hopeful that we'll see Adventureland, maybe with a Jungle Cruise, New Orleans Square, maybe with the Pirates. That maybe that they'll slowly make their way kind of around the entire Disneyland park. But to start with these two makes sense.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Moving on into the other coast. We've got, oh, Gio, don't break my heart and talk about inner space. Oh, it still hurts.
Oh.
Let's see. We've got some World Showcase t-shirts.
Yes. This is I love reading Laughing Place because I always discover new things. Yes, even for someone who is immersed in as much merchandise as I am, there's always something that I'm discovering that I did not realize, and these are fantastic. I like that there's a variety of colors. I like that we're covering a variety of, or like the various pavilions around World Showcase. This is a unique way to express, your Disney fandom. I like this a lot.
I love the variety. You've got the UK, Canada, Germany, various locations represented. I'll get there, Geo, popping in with the attack on the poor Goofy design. I like Norway Donald in his Viking helmet because, no one is more Viking-like than Donald Duck.
Yes.
But Geo's pointing out, I guess someone pointed out to Kyle and Geo that Kyle being our editor, that the white on the red here, when you glance at it real quick,
Dexter.
It can look maybe a little more Barber of Seville than Goofy as a chef.
Which, okay, as I'm reading in our article here, Goofy's name in Italian is Pippo.
So there you go. It's right there, top, front and center, right over top of the goof. Do be like this one that says, "I shout, you shout, we all shout for sauerkraut."
No, we don't, but we'll eat it. I was very opposed to sauerkraut as a kid, and then as I've grown up, I can appreciate it more. And sometimes I'm like, okay, yes, I would like some sauerkraut, but I'm not shouting for it.
It's kind of interesting. So, okay, I never thought about it. Oh, beautiful artistry for the Mexico Pavilion. We've got the familiar design of Japan with the drummers that I think are so much a part of any time you go to Epcot, right? Those drummers. And then this one, I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was that I saw put this up on X. But I thought it was hysterical that she I think it was a she put up an image of this t-shirt next to a trash can and just put "dress for the job you want." I just thought it was really funny. I thought it was very clever.
Yeah.
So I apologize. I should have noted who said it because it was quite clever. So if you see it out there, give her a like because she deserves it for that one, especially. That was way too fun. But lots of I think we've been talking about this frequently here, Becca, that we're seeing them lean in much more to characters and pavilions. Like we're seeing more designs again where you have kind of that celebration of the World Showcase but with the characters.
Yes. Yeah, they did an Alice in Wonderland, and then there was also some Mary Poppins for the UK pavilion, and then we recently had some Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse in Italy for sure, and then I feel like Marie, and there's been a lot,
right? And then there was that beautiful design series that they had for Norway with like the Northern Lights and Mickey and Minnie.
Yes,
it's just been really nice to see them again, kind of offering pavilion centric merchandise that also has the characters. So I'm enjoying it. I look forward to doing a lot of window shopping when I'm there at the beginning of next month.
Nice.
Moving on within our roundup, we have some highlights from Hong Kong Disneyland, where some of our team was just attending the 20th anniversary celebration. The colors on this merchandise, Becca, are so brilliant.
They were, yes. Disney has really outdone themselves this year with the Disneyland 70th and the 20th anniversary at Hong Kong Disneyland. I'm getting a little bit of Disneyland Paris, the 30th anniversary vibes with some of the from the 20th anniversary here of Hong Kong Disneyland. But yeah, this is a good year for pinks and blues.
That's what I'm loving, is just this really, really pretty jewel tone to me, a jewel tone blue, and this really pretty pink with these pops of purple. And it's just, all of it is very striking. When we picked up Ben from the trip, he was wearing one of the button-up shirts that had this blue as its kind of foundational background color. And I mean, he was very easy to spot standing there along the curb in this shirt. It was just so, and it's so pretty. I mean, so attractive. I was quite fond of the designs that they are showcasing, both at Disneyland and now here. Well, no, I guess we should say not only at Disneyland, but we've also seen it in Paris and in Hong Kong. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any of these items hit Disney Store.
Yeah.
One keeps hoping. We're beginning to see much more of that globalization. We've seen, we'll talk about it in a little bit, Disney Store Japan items popping up now, so we're not having to rely as much on that secondary market.
Yes.
So hopefully we will also see that trend continue. Maybe we'll get to see some of the, I mean, we've seen the Disneyland items for the 70th popping up on the Disney Store Asia domains. So come on, like, give us some of the reverse the trend a little bit. Give Disney Store US some of these Hong Kong designs. I know I would love to bring some of these guys home because they're so cute.
Yeah, they really are. Yes.
That's Clarice, huh?
Yeah, I think so. There with yeah, she's also very prominent in Disneyland Paris, or she appears in a lot of their shows and parades.
As you've seen, I've only made it through 26 or so pictures, and we've got almost 100.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out the designs of Hong Kong Disneyland, the link will be below, and you can continue to do a little bit of window shopping, as it were, from afar. Maybe you've got a friend who is going to, is going to be making their way over there as well. So yeah, I think your husband was regretting not having sent a shopping list along with Ben when he was over there on his recent trip. So Robert, you like the Disney coffee blends? Me too. So does Gio. They have some nice ones right now for Stitch with some coconut elements to it. So a little bit of tropical dynamics going on. I tend to hit the Joffrey's cart at the front of Epcot because that's my favorite. I think, I don't know why, but that team has always, over time, had the best balance of syrup and coffee, as far as kind of, I don't like my drink too sweet. I like to know I'm drinking coffee. So I like to have the syrup kind of just take that edge off. But if you hit the stand over close to the Skyliner station, they often will have a specialty Skyliner crunch or something that is very popular with a lot of people. I think that's the one that Doobie tends to enjoy. So
yeah, so if you need your coffee before you get to the park and you're coming from the resort side, from the the Skyliner resorts, then yes, get your coffee there. It's at the Caribbean Beach, and then between. Wow,
yeah, I think over by Jamaica.
Okay.
I think it's closest to Jamaica. If I remember correctly, I think it's closest to Jamaica, but it's right there at the Skyliner station. When you hop off, if you just step out a little bit, you'll see it right there, kind of at the bottom of the hill. And so you can just go grab your drink and then hop back on and keep your travels underway. Geo, also, that front Epcot cart is great. Yes, it's like I say, it's my favorite out of all of the Disney Joffrey's carts, and I think at this point I can safely say I've visited all of them.
Okay.
Not 100, but I think so. If you are a fan of Bluey, Becca has found some merchandise for you.
Yeah, these are some cute Pottery Barn kids selections. So we've got bed sheets, we've got blankets, we've got comforters, and then yes, some items that you can personalize, like the backpack and the lunchbox here. Bluey is so much fun. And then yes, one of those chairs. Everybody that I knew had one of those chairs. I didn't have a chair like that, but That's okay.
My dog did.
Did it really?
Yeah, they had one of the. It wasn't quite as fancy as this one. You remember the really inexpensive ones that they would have at like Walmarts or Kmart's, and they would fold out into like a little bed,
Oh yeah.
or they could fold back up into a little chair. Yeah, so we had one of those with the Disney princesses, bright pink. And so our little dog, that was his dog bed out in the living room, was a Disney princess bed. So yeah. Believe it or not, Halloween has arrived merchandise wise at the parks.
Yep, and we've got t-shirts.
Okay, he's cute. The little spook with the soda and the popcorn and the pumpkin bucket.
Yeah. No, I agree too. And
Gio agrees too.
Yes, it's a good design.
Poison. We've got the Evil Queen. We've got Ursula. We've got Maleficent. Each one with their cauldron, bubbling up something dangerously delicious. No, probably not delicious, just dangerous.
Yeah, probably. I think you're right. And then yes, there's our favorite little spook there with his Mickey hat.
He's so cute. I'm sorry, he's so cute. Oh, okay. Candy corn with mouse ears.
Yes. Gotta love it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's think about this logically. This is a pie. What is it that you would use in a pie to give you ears like this, Becca? What would you use? Because I don't envision like shoving an Oreo into my apple pie. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if it's an apple pie, you could do like a really dark red apple and just like slice off part of the apple and have that as the ear. But yeah, that's just kind of giving me actually like a peanut butter patty or something.
Eric says there are Disneyland versions of these Halloween shirts too. I think they're actually a little bit later in this very article. Orange Grove 55 popping by to say hello. Hello, OG. Happy to see you. Hey, he knows Eric. There we go. Friends reuniting over our love of Disney merchandise.
Brings everyone together.
Hey, there you go. There's the Disneyland one. By the way, I saw that there are villains glow in the dark spirit jerseys out there too. Oh. So you'll have to keep in mind. Oh man, this orange right here is reminding me of the Mighty Ducks. So, okay. So I am all in on the Mighty Ducks. I don't know if you followed all of the fun that happened during the NHL draft, Becca, but they actually drafted a kid whose last name is McQueen. Oh. And so they took him to Disneyland, and first they introduced him to the duck of all ducks. They introduced him to Donald, and then they took him over to California Adventure and introduced him to Lightning McQueen. And they have since shown him in his jersey, indicating that he has decided number 95 is the way to go. Okay. So he's going all in on that Lightning McQueen Disney World as well. So I'm now a fan of the Mighty Ducks again, and this young man whose family name is McQueen. Let's see. I don't know, Hassan. You'll have to share with me. In the meantime, we're going to be looking at some plush that have come to us from Disney Store Japan. I'm going to call it Yuru Pocha Chan.
Okay. I like that. Yuru Pocha. I was going to say Uru Pocha, but yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I have it right. Yuru. It's so weird.
So, but it means kind of like glossy-eyed, adorable, and so that's what we're looking at here. They're kind of round. Mm-hmm. They're really chubby and cute, and their eyes are sweet, and that little puppy eye. Look at me, I'm way too cute, and you would never say no to me, and you want to protect me.
Yes. So these are new at Disney Store. And as we saw in the headline, this is from Disney Store Japan. So it's fun when they bring the international releases to us here stateside. And these are, I think I am still more a fan of the new Evos. But
because the posable nature?
I think I really like that. Yes. but I can see where this would be super appealing to a lot of fans. These are $16.99 each, which seems a little on the high side, but for a 4-inch plush.
Yeah.
But you pay the same amount for a 4-inch Funko, so you can't hug a Funko the way you can hug one of these.
They are definitely more huggable than a Funko.
Or I should say a Funko Pop. I know that it's technically a pop,
right, yeah,
but that was on me.
And by the way, if you click on the links below and you end up doing your Disney Store shopping after visiting Laughing Place, we have an affiliate relationship with them. So we will receive a small commission, and we appreciate your support in that way. So no additional cost to you. So be sure to check that out. We appreciate the thanks by doing your shopping that way. And if you're enjoying our banter about Disney merchandise, hit the like button. That helps other people find us. It lets the algorithms that we all, must abide by know that we have something of value. So we appreciate that. Fantastic Four is just around the corner. And so is San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's coming up really quick later this month. I believe July 24th. So, or at least that's one of the days.
Yeah.
So yes, Fantastic Four exclusives from Funko and Loungefly. Sometimes these items are available online at the same time, but these will definitely be available at the convention. So if you know somebody who's going and yourself don't have the chance, then maybe ask them pretty please to pick one up for you.
Oh, that's pretty.
I like that. That's one of the Loungefly bags. It's a little different than what we usually see. It's the first Fantastic Four First Steps uniform backpack, and as we can tell from this image, it does look very much like the uniform that we see our four heroes wearing throughout the trailer.
In that blue that we love. I think that's like one of my favorite shades of blue. So I am quite fond of the fact that it is popping up in so many places, thanks in part to the Fantastic Four, which I am going to be seeing apparently. So, so I am excited to have that on my agenda next month. So we shall. I'm not a Marvel person, so it will be my introduction to the Fantastic Four. Hopefully, there is not a high bar to access the film. So I'll find out. I'll let you know.
I would venture not, because this is the first time we've had the Fantastic Four in the MCU. So gotcha. I would think that they would, and this seems like an origin story for them, or at least. So I think you will be good.
Okay, well, we'll see. I don't know. I enjoy going. I enjoy movies. I enjoy Disney. I like to see what they're up to. And so often these things spill over into other parts of the universe. So it's good to be knowing what's happening. We were just talking about Comic-Con and the incredible artists over at Rock Love Jewelry have shared what they will be bringing to Comic-Con.
Yes, they're launching a Star Wars Rock Love Galactic Forge collection. They're also going to have a themed booth in the Star Wars Pavilion at SDCC. I believe they'll have a majority or have a variety of their items for sale, but the big things are going to be Star Wars, emphasize the Star Wars galaxy. So what we have here is one of the like the long necklace there. That's exclusive to SDCC. That is a pendant necklace that you can have customized with your name in Arabesh. And from the video that they shared, that they're going to video the engraving, and then you get the clip of the engraving along with your necklace. So you have that.
I'm loving that so much, but I'm grateful that in addition to the personalized items, they're doing a selection of pendants where they are going to be featuring various favorite phrases from that universe. So never tell me the odds, may the force be with you, this is the way. I say may the force be with you. I'm not 100% for sure on that now that I say it, but I know that this is the way and never tell me the odds were specifically mentioned as the phrases that you'll find on these pendants in Arabesh. And then they've also got these smaller charms. They call them enhancers. We've seen these with the Disney princesses, where you can add a bit more of the familiar imagery from it. So if you want to be super subtle, right, you wear the pendant that just has the Arabesh on it, and it may or may not be something that people recognize as Star Wars, but then you can lean in, right, and you can throw on items that are far more recognizable, like that Imperial design. Or so here you go. So this is what this one says, I am no Jedi. And then you could add on a Jedi insignia enhancer if you wanted. I am already trying to figure out which ones will be making their way to my life. Whether it will be This Is the Way, or I may go with Never Tell Me the Odds.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I'm a big fan of that phrase in general, and I feel like right now it's fitting my life in a way. I'm trying to be more of a yes and person than a doubtful and saying no. So I feel like that Never Tell Me the Odds is like kind of embracing that. I'm jumping in, both feet. I'm going for it. Speaking of the world of Star Wars, the latest edition of Star Wars Insider offers a really nice companion for Skeleton Crew. So it's got like little recaps of each episode. So if you're a fan of the series, this is a nice way of kind of keeping a little bit of that series still with you. Some nice pictures to go along with each recap. And then in addition, if like me, you enjoy the world of sports, they have an article about the place where sports and Star Wars match by one of the hosts of Never Tell Me the Odds podcast, which is ESPN's official Star Wars podcast. So that's currently on shelves, or you can pick it up online, but I went and got mine at Barnes and Noble. So wanted to let you all know about that. With that, Becca, I think we're at the shopping list.
Yeah, we got a short shopping list today, but we are going to start with the Tuesday pin drop as always. Today was weird. The stuff was available before 8 a.m. and one of the big ticket item, the Winnie the Pooh collection, says it's sold out. I've checked a couple times in case it was just a mistake, but hopefully they'll be able to restock the Winnie the Pooh pins.
Interesting.
But there's some pin trader pins and some for 25th anniversary of pin trading, and then also some Fantastic Four designs as well. Earlier this week, we had the latest mini mix-its, and this is Donald and Daisy, and I'm saying they're in beach wear. Daisy's headpiece looks like a beach ball, and Donald has a star, which kind of looks like those star molds for the sand. So it feels very, very summery. It's super cute. If you are just ready to get back to school, there are back-to-school varsity jackets for kids available at Disney Store, and those are sticking with the same themes that we have on like the lunch boxes and the backpacks and the stationery kits that have already been introduced. Yes, Stitch Day has passed, but there is so much Stitch Day stuff, and still some of those articles are on our top 24. So you haven't missed out on your chance to get yourself a piece of Stitch. Yay! So lots of new releases and some returning favorites. The pin trading Mickey Mouse plush, we've got photos of that from Walt Disney World. And hopefully that'll be coming to Disney Store. And then there's also a special Mickey Mouse pin board that's part of the pin trading anniversary that's available at Disney Store as well. It's a limited release, but it has not sold out yet. Gravity Falls, they are releasing a soundtrack lo-fi album that will be coming soon. We've got an article about that up on our site today. And then also, if you are a fan of Marvel, Miles Morales, he's one of the iterations of Spider-Man. There's a Lego like headpiece that you can assemble and display. It looks really, really cool. His costume is black and red. It's very striking.
I miss reading Archie comics. I haven't stumbled on one in a really long time. And
Not at the library?
yeah, I guess I should do that. As far as wrestling goes, I have to admit the champions dynamic that just happened in Saudi Arabia, I didn't think it was that great. It was okay. I didn't enjoy that wrestling as much as I've enjoyed some others recently. So Hassan, let me know what did you think? Did you enjoy it? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Geo, reminding everybody tonight 7:30 we've got Disney Trivia Live, episode 394. We're calling it starring Nikki B, who apparently is delighted to know the episode will be featuring her. So tune in, find out what that's like. You can compete head to head. It's all about Disney trivia and fun. So we hope you will stop by and join us for that. Otherwise, Becca and I will be back next week. Have a fantastic 4th of July, everybody. See you next time.
All right.